Have you ever thought about what your face is worth? Not in a poetic sense, but in real sense, in a practical way. What if I told you that your face, your unique features of the face, are becoming a new kind of passport, a digital key that could unlock borders, or perhaps lock them for you? Today, we are diving deep into a topic that sounds like science fiction. Yes, science fiction, but is happening right now at the UK borders. We are talking about the government's plan, the UK government's plan for a future of intelligent travel, a future where you may not need to hand over your passport at all. But as we peel back the layers, we have to ask, is this new system a pathway to efficiency, or is it a digital labyrinth with hidden traps? Let's get into it. Now, for years, the process of entering the UK has been the same. You get off the plane, you queue, and you hand your passport to an officer. It's a physical, tangible process. I can touch it. So, now let's take my analogies. Now, before I start, if you wish to receive regular updates about UK immigration, UK visa updates, etc., hit the link in the description to join our free mailing list. It's free. You just have to put your email and you'll receive regular updates. What will you receive? Regular document checklists, blogs on various information, latest immigration updates, exclusive free advice sessions by email, that is, we do it sometimes, detailed eligibility requirements, helpful tips for successful applications. Also, I'll throw in, if you have any questions about your specific situation, about any UK visa, employer, employee, whatever you are, migrant, etc. This video provides general guidance. It's vital to seek specialist advice tailored to your situation. So, this is what I always show, the gold bar. Book our proven paid consultation advice session. Link will be in the description. Coming back to the video, think of the current system like this glass of water. It's transparent. You see the officer, they see you. They check the document, you understand the rules of the game. Now, the government is proposing a major shift. They envision contactless borders. Contactless borders. Imagine walking through an airport and cameras using facial recognition confirm who you are. No passport check. No long queues. Sounds great, right? Efficient, modern. But here's where it gets complicated. What happens when we pour a little bit of this into our system? The water becomes cloudy and murky. Suddenly, things are not so clear. You can't see through it anymore. Yes, I can't see through it anymore. This liquid that I put represents lack of clear legal framework for this new technology. Right now, there isn't a specific law passed by the UK Parliament that governs how facial recognition can be used for immigration control. It's operating in what some are calling a legal gray area, And when the law is murky, like this water over here, it's hard to know what your rights are. It's hard to see if the system is working fairly for everyone. Now let's talk about the technology itself. How does it work? How does this murky technology work? In simple terms, a camera scans your face, creates a unique map, a face print. Then it is then compared against a database like the one holding passport photos. But what if the map it creates is not always accurate? If you are getting value in this video, please give a like, subscribe to the channel for regular UK visa updates. There is a lot of information on this channel. If you see older videos from many years, list of documents, checklists, all the myths have been clarified, any wrong information has been clarified, everything has, there are many resources on the website. Okay, so imagine this jar represents everyone who wants to come to the UK, different colored beads, all different people from all different backgrounds, all these different colors. Let me pick out a few beads. Studies from around the world have shown that some facial recognition systems are less accurate when identifying people from certain backgrounds. So I've just taken examples, certain backgrounds, I've just taken some colored beads, specific colored beads, orange colored beads. They can have a higher error rates for women and for people with darker skin tones. For instances, some research has found that women with darker skin are more likely to have their photos incorrectly flagged by automated systems. So, if the technology is more likely to make a mistake with these beads, what does that mean at the border? It could mean delays. It could mean false rejections. It could mean that the system, without any human intention, there is no intentional thing, the system is doing it, no one is doing it, is actively stopping someone of a specific color or or creed or anything, the system itself ends up creating a discriminatory barrier, an unintentional bias baked right into the code. This isn't about accusing anyone of prejudice. It's about questioning if the tool itself is fair for everyone. And that leads us to another big question: your data, your face print. Where does it go? When you give your biometrics, your fingerprints, your photo, you expect them to be kept safe. Anytime you make a visa application, you do that, passport application, you do that, many times you do that in the UK. You expect that to be a strict rules on who can see them and for how long. Even those share codes that you share for right to work, right to rent, they are valid for 90 days. They have a time limit on them. Under the new proposals, the images of non-UK citizens could be stored for a very long time. We are not just talking about keeping a photo on file. Remember, we are talking about a vast digital database of biometric information, fingerprints, digital photos. With any database, there is a risk of data breaches, a risk of your most personal data, your own face, ending up in the wrong hands. The system is being built for security. But does it create new kinds of insecurity? Furthermore, there is very little transparency, as I was talking about transparency, about how these systems are being developed and tested. We, the public, and even legal experts are not getting any clear picture of the inner workings. Without that transparency, how can we have proper oversight, checks, and balances? How can we be sure that it is being used responsibly? It is like being asked to trust a car that has no windows and the hood is welded shut. You are told it's safe, but you have no way of checking for yourself. This technology isn't just for airports. There's talk of using it to help assess the age of asylum seekers, for example. This is a hugely sensitive area. determining a young person's age is incredibly difficult, even for trained social workers. It's quite a challenging task. Relying on an algorithm to make such a life altering judgment is fraught with ethical problems. So, what is the bottom line here? The ambition to create a faster, more modern border is understandable, but we cannot sacrifice fairness and justice for the sake of speed. This is the cloudy area that I referred to before. We cannot accept a system that is murky, unclear. We need a public debate. We need specific laws that set out clear rules and limitations. We need independent oversight, some checks and balances in the system to ensure that the technology is accurate and unbiased. We need absolute clarity on how our data is being stored and protected. A person's right to a fair process should not depend on an algorithm's margin of error. Your face tells your story. It's your identity. It should not be reduced to a data point in a system. And we don't fully understand that system. What are your thoughts? Do you feel comfortable using this technology? What safeguards would you want to see put in place? Let me know in the comments below.